is Thursday, January 11th, and we are on our way to our Weight Watcher meeting alone without Birdie. But we have one birthday. Today is Jenna Edgefield. Jenna, it's your birthday, Jenna Hannah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jenna. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. I hope I said your last name right. Edenfield? I'll write it across here what your real name is. I think I messed it up. But you're the only birthday. You think I'd remember it. Oh, anyway, it did snow last night, and they were predicting snow. It's like, you know what? Back in the day, when I was growing up, and you watched the weather, and they didn't have all these fancy computers and stuff like they have nowadays, they could pretty much tell you what the weather was going to be, and they'd be pretty much right. Now, with all these fancy stuff and things, they don't do that great with it sometimes. Because yesterday we were supposed to wake up with 1 to 4 inches. I like how they cover themselves. 1 to 4 inches, and there's no snow. There's nothing. It just rained. That's all it did was rain. The same with the day before. All it did was rain. It's a little slushy, a little slippery, so I'm going to go a little bit slower. But anyway, so we were watching the weather yesterday because they're calling for a storm. Oh, once again, I apologize. My microphone is dead. I got to bring it in to get charged. So you're going to hear the car noise and the road noise and all that. I'm so sorry. But I have a busy day ahead of me today, and I think that this is the only time I'm going to get my video in. Is on my way here or maybe on my way back. But anyway, when we were watching the weather yesterday, they were talking about the storm coming on Thursday, or for Saturday rather, Friday night, Saturday morning. And he says, well, there's 3 different predictions. We can either get 1 to 4 inches, or we will get 4 to 6 inches, or we will get 6 to 10 inches. Okay, they're kind of covering their tracks. They're basically saying we get between 1 and 10 inches of snow. I'm thinking if it snows, they're going to be right. Unless it goes over the 10, but I don't think so. But Terry Weeks, they're going to get a lot. I think she said 10 to 16 or something like that. They're getting a lot of snow. They're off of Lake Michigan, so they get more lake effects. But we get lake effects, but not like them. So, but so far it's a go for Denise to do her closing tomorrow. They're doing the final inspection today. So she's very anxious. She went to get some blinds to put in her windows, so she would call it. Okay, Roman, this is what you do. You pull over. You don't go all the way over, but you slow down and you stop until the ambulance goes by, and then you continue on. Edie was talking about driving with Roman. Jimmy never wanted to drive, but Jimmy drove. Let's make this clear. He never wanted to get a license, but he drove his friends' cars and stuff like that. He didn't actually get a real license to drive a car until he was like 20 or 21, something like that. I mean, he was driving. Trust me, he was driving. But then Danny wanted to take driver's training. Danny was working, and so he used his own money because he didn't want to wait for the class at school, which was free. So he paid for his own driving school. And then one of the requirements at that time was that you just had to drive for so many hours out on the main road with a licensed driver. And so I went with him the one day. And now he'd been driving on the road with an instructor, probably going on a month. I would say, okay, finally. I don't know when they were going to turn. Anyway, he was driving with an instructor for a month. And so when he wanted to go for a ride out in the streets, with me, I thought, well, he's been driving in the car for a month. He's got to be pretty good. My gosh, he drove too fast. He drove too close to the car in front of him. He braked at the last minute. I said, oh, Danny, I think we're done. Pull over here, and I'm going to drive. I said, you know what? I've decided your dad is going to be the one that's going to drive with you. And so he said, well, I'm doing fine. And I go, you're making me a wreck. You're just making me a wreck. And at that moment, a car pulled out of the gas station. How it didn't hit us. It would have been the guy's fault that coming out of the gas station, but still, we would have still got hit. I know it scared him. It scared me. And so I said, just pull over. Well, he turned right at the very next exit, which was the entrance ramp to I-94. Oh, and it was one of the, I don't know, when they designed some of the expressways, they give, like I like my expressway, it's like you get on and it becomes a lane. I like that. Or where I used to live, it was like a really long entrance lane, which gave you pretty much a good chance to get on. When I worked at Montgomery Wards, when I had to leave to go home at night, it was like, oh my gosh, because it was just a safer way to go on the expressway than go through the neighborhoods at that point, because it was the Montgomery Wards wasn't in a very good neighborhood. And so, and that one, it was on a curve. There was a curve coming on, and you got on. You were on. I mean, it was like the end of the road, you're on. Anyway, thankfully, this one was a little bit longer. It gave him a little bit more time to get on. But we were on the expressway, and then he gets in the middle lane. And I go, Danny, what are you doing? You're going to get off at the next exit. Well, the next exit was on the left-hand side, so he had to get all the way into the fast lane. I was like, oh. So we got off, and he says, now what? And I said, well, my heart has already stopped. Just continue on this main road, and we'll go home. And then Jim brought him from then on. I never went there. I never went another day with him. And so then when Christy went and got her license, she waited for the class at school. Jim was the designated driver. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I just couldn't. I thought, I can't handle it. But I know that when I had to take my driver's lessons, we'd have them at school. And when I had to go, I did not want to drive. Even back then, I knew I didn't want to drive, but my mother insisted that I would drive. I know why, because she needed somebody to pick up my brothers and sisters when they worked or went to school or something, because my mother worked too. No, my mother didn't work until... No, my mother, I guess she just wanted somebody else to go pick up the kids. But anyway, I had a 90-day permit, and every day I kept thinking, don't remember, because I was hoping that she wouldn't remember. And when can I get over? Should I get over now? I should have got over. I should have chose a little bit wiser. I know, I'm trying to get over. Stop honking at me. You know, don't you wish sometimes they could hear you? Okay, now if he thinks he's getting in front of me now, after honking at me, you can just wait now, because there's a sign that says this road is closed where he's at. He's not getting in on me. I know, road rage. Calm down, Sandy, calm down. Anyway, see, now he made me forget what I was talking. Oh, so it was getting close to the 90 days, and it was the 90th day. And I thought, well, you didn't have to make appointments back then. I thought, oh, good, my mother forgot. And then my Aunt Rose came over, because we had to drive my dad to work that day to get the car. But we didn't drive my dad to work, so we didn't have a car. I thought, good, it expired, and it'll take me a little while before I have to go back and get it renewed. And my Aunt Rose came over, and she says, you ready? And I go, for what? She says, well, your mom says we're going to do your driver's training test. Oh. So we went, and I passed, although I failed miserably the parallel parking. And the guy made me promise that I would never parallel park for as long as I had a license. And it's a promise I've kept to this day, because I don't even attempt it. I don't even attempt it. So anyway, that was my driver's training story with my kids. This weather is miserable. I went to bed like at 2:30 and fell asleep right away. And then I don't understand Jim. Jim and I are completely different people, let me tell you, because Jim had to leave. We both left the house at the same time. We both left at 10:30. Jim set his clock to get up at 9 o'clock so that he could leave at 10:30. I got out of bed at 10 after 10, got in the shower, and was out the door by 10:30. I don't get it. I just don't get it. But so I'm hoping for a pound. I'll take whatever, but I'm hoping for a pound. I really don't think I'm going to have a gain. I think I did pretty well. Had a few high point meals, but on the whole, I think I did pretty good keeping up what I wanted to do. I had some candy a couple days on the weekend, like a Godiva chocolate, but I kind of worked it into my program. I worked it into my day. I did use all of my weeklies last week, which is why they're there. But I think their weeklies are to use daily, not all at one shot. But I I think I used it because we went out. Was it last week we went out to dinner? Yeah, last Thursday we went out to the restaurant for. We had the gift card that Bertie had given us for Christmas, so we went there. And then next week I got to make my final payment on my cruise. And usually before I do my videos, I do my thumbnail, so I know what I'm going to talk about. But since I didn't wake up until 10 after 10, I didn't have time. I do that in the morning before I get out of bed. So I don't know what I'm going to talk about today. Let's think of something we can talk about. I know that the theme for the week is tracking. And I really have been doing that. I'm going to get through the whole month of tracking everything like I've been doing. But I think starting in February, I'm still going to use my book to track. But I'm just so much going to do the sodium, the fiber, the protein. Oh my gosh, it seems like I'm doing everything then. And the carbs. And the sugars. I guess it's just getting a little bit tiresome to do all of that. I do like to keep track of the points and the calories because sometimes even though I'm staying within my points, I'm so far under on my calories. And at my age, that's not good because I want to lose my weight losing the fat, not the muscle. And if you don't eat enough and you don't have enough storage, cells stored, with good nutrition or nutrients or whatever, it's going to start eating away at your muscle. And I cannot afford that. So, that's the way I'm thinking on that. But this is lonely. I don't like driving alone. I don't like driving, you know that. But anyway, I'm going to meet David afterwards. That was already tight. David and I, we're going to get new phones today. David's on my family plan, which is cheaper for him than being on his own plan. And then his mother is on some other plan that he doesn't want to be on. I don't know why. I don't ask. So Alyssa and Cindy are on their own plan, and then David's on my plan. But since he's on my plan, when he wants to get a new phone, I have to okay it because it's in my bill. So, and I wanted to get a new phone anyhow. I got all my new accessories that I got for Christmas. I got my screensaver, and I got 2 screensavers. So I got 2 cases because people didn't communicate. I got a lot of extra cords, which is good because I don't know how true it is, but I think I heard that the 15 rather, which is what I'm getting, the iPhone 15, is got different cords. But I think it's supposed to be a universal cord because Jim's cords, because he has a Motorola, he has a Galaxy, whatever that is. He's got a Android phone, so his cord is different than my cord. So we'll have to see about that. But I'm going to do that. I'm hoping to get a haircut today. Also, I got to pick up our prescriptions from the pharmacy, and then decide what we're going to have for dinner. I haven't really decided yet. I could eat chicken almost every day. Jim obviously won't eat chicken every single day, but there's so many ways you can make chicken. So I do kind of, sometimes I stir fry it, sometimes I bake it. I don't like fried chicken, so that kind of leaves that out. But then sometimes I make like a chicken pot pie. I mean, there's a lot of different things you can do with chicken, let's face it. So I do eat a lot of chicken. I'm not a really big red meat eater, but if I have red meat, it's going to be like a big juicy burger, and you're going to get if you're going to have a big juicy burger, you're not going to get a lean burger because it's not going to be juicy then. So then it kind of defeats the purpose. I just figure it's a fried burger. It's all the way around bad, and I know that I should have the leaner one, but I like a juicy burger. So I do have some burger in the freezer. I don't know if it's too late to take it out now. But anyway, well, I'll let you know how I did on my weight, and if I remember, I'll get a shot with David at the Verizon store and keep you with me for the rest of the day. So talk to you soon. Well, let me show you how I did. I lost a pound. That was my goal. Plus, I won 42 pounds. I got a reward. I got a little charm that I'm going to hang on my keychain when I get home to kind of remind me. I hit it once before, but now I'm hitting it again, and I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to keep on going until I get my 100-pound charm, and I know that this time is going to be the difference. It really is. And it gave me my thumbnail theme for the month, for the day, or the week. No, for the day. It's consistency. Just to being consistent. I told you over the weekend, I had my Godiva chocolate. I figured it into my plan. I went a little bit over my points. Not really, because I used my weeklies. And I still lost a pound. So the trick is to be consistent. That's all you got to do. It's like they said, you're not going to track 100% of the time every single day. But if you try your best, come on, and then we can both make it. Oh, I can't make it now. There's a big truck coming. If you just, track as much as you can, as honestly as you can, because like I've always said all along, like just because you say it's 3 points, if it's really like 7 points, then your body's going to know whether you put it in there right or not. Just like calories. You could say I've had 100 calories, but if you really have 300 calories, your body's going to know. So just be consistent, because consistency is going to lead to great success, is my thought. So now I'm on my way to go meet David to get our phones. I'm running a little bit late. I told him if he got there early just to start without me, and if they had to call me to give me the authorization just to do that. So lost a pound. I'm really happy. I told you that was my goal. A pound a week, pound or less. That's all I'm going to do. And enjoy my life, enjoy my food, enjoy living. And I'm going to live a healthy life now. And that's all you can ask for sometimes. So I'll try to get David on. We'll see. Talk to you soon. Well, you know what I love about my hair is that it grows fast, because I do not like my haircut. I do not like my haircut. She did not listen to not one word I said. She didn't speak very good English. So I told her I want it parted on the side, cut backwards, and I can't see without my glasses, so I can't really see what she's doing. I'm trying to fix it. And this is what I ended up with. She cut it straight back, which I don't like it cut straight back. I like a part. She asked me before we started, do I use product on my hair? And I say no. And then she left to get the broom or something, and she comes back with product and puts product in my hair. It's like, oh my gosh, what are you not listening about? Anyway, so I'm on my way home now, and I didn't get David. I meant to get David on the video and I forgot. I didn't get him, so I apologize. But I'm going to let you know that I'm going to tell you to like, comment, subscribe, and share, which I haven't done that in a long time. And we will chat again very soon. Talk to you soon. Bye. Well, I fixed it a little bit. I like it a little bit better. We'll see how it looks tomorrow.